Evening, everyone. I'll call the finance meeting to order. We only have one item on the agenda. Single item on the agenda is the matter of amending the salary ordinance for Muni Court Traffic Magistrate. Judge Bennett, would you like to give a quick high-level overview? And I apologize, you don't have to be quick. You can take all the time you would like.
Reading glasses, so now I have to keep ripping these things on and off, but it worked. If you're thinking about cataract, huge difference. Everything's brighter, colors are more vibrant. All right, well, we're not here to talk about my eyes. All right, I've given you some information. I just want to briefly run through that with you. We've employed a magistrate for traffic cases. The original magistrate actually was myself. I got back in 2005. 2 full days per week. Allison Manning was the magistrate after. Allison was elected Judge in Avon Lake. This lost our part-time. Covered was that she was working way below what the normal wage for a magistrate is. Studies and found out that the average magistrate in Lorraine County makes $109,000. So we're asking that we establish another full-time magistrate at that rate. Why do we need another full-time? Some of you will remember we came here, it was traffic unit, code, and full-timer. Well, what we discovered when Allison left is we simply can't find anybody that wants to work part-time. We're asking for a full-time. Amazing, and I've supplied you with the numbers here. In 2022, we had a total, Elyria wrote a total of 2,092 tickets. In 2003, with the traffic unit back on the road, they wrote a total of 5,373 tickets, 2.5 times the previous year. We haven't seen that number go down. It's been a very success story if you read Facebook and how citizens are happy that their traffic concerns are being met. The initial round of tickets seem to happen in school zones, which are 20 miles an hour, and they were writing tickets 35 miles an hour, things like that. So those were huge. Prospect, Garford, Eastern Heights, Abbey Road. Abbey Road was a huge number of tickets written out there. Mill Avenue and West Avenue because of the high school on Hamilton. I see the tickets moving to different areas now, but they're still out there working. I think they're 2 officers, and that's their full-time assignment. We haven't seen anything look like it's going to decrease. One of the benefits for city coffers are that in 2002, we collected $2,457,138 in fine money. In 2023, we collected $3,028,028, or an increase of almost $600,000. So the money is coming in. That's not the purpose of it, obviously. It's a safety purpose. But again, let me explain briefly how a ticket works. Police officer's on the road, he writes a citation, gives it to the citizen. It will generally have a date for the citizen to appear in court. The police officers take all of those tickets to the clerk of courts, who then opens files, assigns court dockets, and we wait for those people to come to court. If we've had a total in 2023 of 14,069 tickets, including all the municipalities, That's not just one hearing. Some of those are waiverable, but if anybody pleads not guilty, you're looking at 2, 3, 5, 8 hearings down the road. So it multiplies. And that means they have the right to have a court hearing, they have the right to appear in front of a judge, and have their matter brought to court. It's hard for people to understand. People ask me what my job is, and I answer, I'm the guardian of your rights. Because somebody's charged doesn't mean they're guilty. They have their right to day in court. The state has to prove whatever those allegations are, and that's done in a court of law in front of a judicial officer. So people will be surprised when I tell them, when I walk into court in the morning and all the rows are filled with people, when I look out there, all I see are innocent people. People will say, what do you mean they're innocent? They've been charged, right? And I explain, that's not what our system is. They're innocent until the state proves to me that they're guilty, and then I'll talk about guilty people. So we are requesting that the magistrate's position be made full-time. We're asking that it be increased so we're competitive when it comes to hiring a magistrate. We've set out a salary schedule, which I believe Ted has supplied and John supplied. The high level being $110,000. Like I said, the average, and I did the research calling the other courts, is $109,000. So we're just putting ourselves into a competitive mode there. The other thing that happened, I think is important, when the traffic unit went back on the highway in April of last year, the state changed some charges. Charges that had been minor misdemeanor traffic offenses became misdemeanor 4s. The difference between that is a minor misdemeanor is waiverable. A misdemeanor 4 carries a possibility of a fine of $250 and 30 days in jail. So people have been given tickets on Garford, for example, for going 31 miles an hour in a school zone that they could go to jail for. So those require that they absolutely come to court. They can't waive it. They have to come to court. They have to be advised of their rights and given a chance to enter a plea. So again, we've exploded with cases, which is fine. That's what I'm there for. But we need more help, and we're asking you to help us get that help. Questions?
Thank you, Judge. Truly appreciated. Before we take questions for the judge, one of the things, the residents came to us as a council and asked us for tougher traffic enforcement, and we provided that, and it's working. It's obviously working, and I totally support this proposal. So, Director Pulaski.
Through you, Mr. Chair. Judge, I just want to be clear. So we're creating a full-time traffic magistrate. The existing magistrate without the traffic, is that position going up to the same level as well?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
The magistrate in general will be on the same salary schedule. The difference with the current magistrate is under state law, the county pays a portion, the city pays a portion, and the state pays a portion. So his entire salary isn't paid from the city. It's like a judicial salary. I get paid from the city, the county, and the state. That particular magistrate, but that only applies to one, and that magistrate's in place. But yes, it would apply to both full-time magistrates.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions from the committee? Yes, Mrs. Sawerka?
Thank you, through you. Thank you, Judge, for coming. I don't have a problem with this. I think our only question was this going to be reimbursable 100% or not? That was the only question that we had the other night. And I mean, the numbers are proving that you need to have somebody to process these cases, so.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not, and I don't know why it's only stuck with one magistrate. All I can think is the smaller courts don't have the volume we do, so probably one magistrate's enough, and so the state picks up a portion of that, because some of the cases we hear are not all city cases. They're state charges as well. In our court, some people ask about what kind of cases we see. I can go to work tomorrow morning and have a speed case or a murder. All cases start in Elyria Municipal Court. We are truly the emergency room of courts. It's not going to stay there. If there's a murder, it's going to get kind of patched up and sent to the common police court, to the grand jury. but everything starts with us. So, for example, this morning, after a long weekend, I went in and I think I had 26 jail cases. So all of those folks are entitled to a full hearing. It's done by video, but a full hearing, their rights, lawyers, all those kind of things. So it's not a quick and easy process by any stretch.
Through the chair, Judge, could you give us just a real quick overview of what are the qualifications for somebody to be magistrate? Are there?
That you'd be a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a license to practice law. I will be real honest, we went out and talked to a lot of lawyers, some of them retired, some of them on the verge of retirement, thinking, well, yeah, they'd like to pick up a day or two a week. People start looking at what we paid, they couldn't afford to leave private practice. We were lucky that we got Allison when she was young, and she liked the job. I basically hired her, Lisa Lockgraves and I did, and she liked the job and stayed with it till she became judge. So we were just lucky that we weren't here years ago asking for these kind of modifications.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the committee? If not, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of amending the salary ordinance for the Muni Court Traffic Magistrate position as requested by Muni Court judges. An ordinance authorizing the said changes to the salary ordinance. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. Excuse me. And an emergency as well.
So moved.
Second. Motion's been moved and properly seconded. Almost said sentenced.
Call for the question.
Question's been called. All in favor, use the voting sign aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Now they're gonna, okay, so just. Yeah, it's, you have the exhibit with. Make sure it's the one, because John has one dated the 20th. Give me the new one. Okay.
Do they have to sign first, though,
Oh,
before
yeah,
I
they do.
adjourn?
Yes, I'm sorry. They say that.
Wait 1 second.
You will have a committee report, so you don't need to waive that, okay?
That works out for me.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Well.
wow.
Brenda?
Ms. Davis,
Ms. Davis?
we can't adjourn until you sign.
Make sure.
You have to sign first, then we can adjourn the meeting.
Jack has it.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been moved and properly seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.